It is my privilege to introduce to you tonight the Superintendent for the Port Huron Area School District, Mr. Larry J. Moeller, who will introduce tonight's speaker. Mr. Moeller.
Thank you, Dr. Crosby. Platform guests, faculty, family and friends, and most particularly the graduating class of 1987. It is indeed a pleasure for me to share with you on this joyous occasion, both as a parent and as an educator. It's my distinguished pleasure this evening and a joyous task to be able to introduce the speaker for the evening. However, before I do, I would like to personally extend my congratulations to each and extend my best wishes to each of you in all of your endeavors. You've completed an important milestone in your life, and I trust your public schooling has been an important part of helping you to achieve your future goals and objectives as a productive member of our American society. God bless each of you. Our speaker this evening is Dr. Jeffrey W. Berry. Dr. Berry has been president and trustee of Walsh College of Accountancy and Business Administration since 1970. Walsh College, founded in 1922, has approximately 2,250 students. It is the nation's only independent upper-level college of business administration. Dr. Berry is a graduate of Albion College in Michigan. He started his career as a tax accountant and CPA for Arthur Anderson and Company. In 1963, he received his Juris Doctorate degree from the University of Michigan Law School. He then became an attorney specializing in taxation. Throughout his career, Dr. Berry has received numerous honors and awards, including the 1974 Distinguished Alumni Award from Albion College, and in 1971, he was recognized as an outstanding educator in America. Dr. Berry is active in community and professional organizations, participates as a member of several boards of directors and trustees, including First of America, Wayne Oakland Bank, chairman of board of Berry International Incorporated, a pharmaceutical manufacturing company, Employers Association of Detroit, Association of Independent Colleges and Universities in Michigan. He has also served on several educational committees. Dr. Berry is a frequent speaker and a leader in various professional seminars and workshops. He is married and has 2 children. Dr. Berry is also an alumnus of Port Huron High School. It's that this time I have the great pleasure of introducing Dr. Berry.
It's wonderful to be here, and it's nice to be back on this spot. I thank you for that fine introduction, and I too would like to say hello to all the faculty, staff, parents, family members, and of course the most important people of the day, the graduating class of 1987. Before I make my remarks, I'd like to say that as president of Walsh College, I'm very familiar with the number of volunteers and hardworking staff, musicians, and other people who work in the background to make each commencement a very fine event, and I would like to personally extend my thanks at this time for making this event a great event. I graduated from this high school 31 years ago this month, the class of 1956. And frankly, I never could have forecasted the fact that I would be speaking to the graduating class of 1987. It's a great honor to stand before you and to give you my thoughts. And I want you to know personally that I think that you're graduating from a great high school, a high school that provides a great education, which in turn provides you with a wonderful springboard to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Commencement is the ending of your high school career, but paradoxically, the word commencement means beginning. And I guess that the reason the word is used is because it's the beginning of the rest of your life. Your family responsibilities, perhaps the beginning of a career in the armed services, the beginning of a job, perhaps a St. Clair County Community College education, leaving town for college, or maybe some time off for vacation. In any event, it's a new beginning. And in the next few minutes, I'd like to have you forget, graduates, that I am 49 years old, that I'm wearing a white dinner jacket, that I graduated from Port Huron High School 31 years ago, and that I'm the commencement speaker. I want you to imagine me more as your coach and your cheerleader, if that's possible. As your coach, I want you to remember three very important words: choose, do, and review. And I know that sounds a little unusual, but stick with me and we'll be just fine. It's my guess that those of you who are graduating today have more education than most people who are living on this planet. Now think about that. More education than most people who are living on this planet. You also have an immense amount of freedom. It's provided by the Constitution of this country you live in. And with that freedom comes an immense amount of responsibility. You have the freedom to make choices, and part of your responsibility as an educated human being is to make those choices, to choose the type of work you want to do, to choose the contributions you want to make. And as I have said to both my son and my daughter who have already graduated from high school, to choose to make the world a little bit better off because you've been in it. If you do not choose the work that you want to do, if you don't choose what you want to do with the rest of your life, even with the possibility of that choice being wrong, someone may make that choice for you. And you have given up one of the great advantages of being a citizen of this country, the freedom to choose. In terms of choice, I would like to encourage you, at least in terms of work or furthering your education, to choose something you like, to choose something meaningful, so that as a result of your choice, you will be happy and fulfilled. Now, for me, that means choosing a lifestyle that is productive and good, one that contributes to the well-being of those around me, one that moves things ahead, and one that has some risk attached to it. I always try to encourage people to try something new, to break old habits, to step out of their comfort zones, if you will, in order to really fulfill that personal dream. This doesn't come easily. There are risks involved, there are setbacks, but as long as you keep your personal mission and you understand your values and you know what your objective is, many things can be overcome. As your coach and your cheerleader, I encourage you to choose, because choosing has another benefit. It creates a roadmap for you. It creates an objective. And I personally feel that everyone is better off if they are working towards some goal or some objective. Blowing in the wind, while pleasant in the short run, is about as unfulfilling and uncommitted as a person can be. Your education and your citizenship demand that you rise above that. I said that we're going to talk about choose, do, and review. Do, the word do, to me means produce. And I'm also going to coach you to produce and to excel. If I were your coach, I would coach you in the can-do concept. I want you to have enthusiasm. I want you to have commitment. I want you to have passion and vision. I'm going to coach you to take responsibility for your work, to grow, to correct yourself, to practice, and to expect great things from yourself. The world needs enthused, committed people who know where they are going and who have a passion for getting there. And lastly, if you're going to do something, do it well. Your work is real, whether it be working at your job, going to college, or raising a family. You affect others, and as your coach, I can assure you of the great feeling of excelling in whatever you do, being the best you can be. You all know what it feels like after a great physical workout, I'm sure, or after a great game of tennis, or a game-winning three-point shot in basketball, or being part of a musical group when you perform better than you ever thought you would, or driving that new 4x4 that you've really tuned up to perfection. My point is, if you're going to do something, set your sights on excelling. Do it to the very best of your capability. And every one of us in this room is capable of doing something of greatness. But it is up to you to rise to your own potential to demonstrate your unique excellence. It's just that most of us have a little trouble finding that area of potential greatness. But each of us has it within us, and you should never, ever forget that. I said that we were going to talk about 3 words, and we've covered choose and we've covered do, and now we have to cover review. Periodically, each of us has to ask ourselves, do I like what I'm doing? Am I making a difference? Am I happy? Am I fulfilled? And assuming that you've made the choice to do what you're doing, you may lack the will to change. Why? Because you chose to do it, and by changing, you are admitting to yourself and to others that you might be wrong. Don't get caught in that trap. You are now in a great position to try things, to evaluate and to try other things, to search for your niche, to grab it and to make it work for you. One author said that we go through many passages in our lives, that we have to identify those passages and we have to make changes in our approach because our needs change, our feelings change, our goals change, and our responsibilities change. And from time to time, we must be willing to change. But this is just choosing. It's that great right all of us have who are born in this country. And it's an even bigger responsibility for those of us who have attained that worldwide privilege of education. In a way, I wish I were in your shoes tonight because of the opportunities that are within your grasp. As a person who graduated on this very plot of land 31 years ago, I am very, very pleased with the opportunities my education at Port Huron High School provided to me. And I have the very same thoughts for you. I think each of you graduates has attained something very, very important. I appreciate to have the opportunity to come back here tonight and to coach you and to cheer you on as graduates of Port Huron High School. And I want to congratulate you in advance for the contributions that you will make to the greatness of this world. Each of you can and does make a difference. I want to say that again. Each of you can and does make a difference. Congratulations on this great day in your life. Please make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Berry. At this time, I would like to introduce some special platform guests we have with us tonight. First of all, Mrs. Cheryl Voitos and Mr. Albert Vandenberg. Would they please stand, the senior class sponsors? It is my privilege and pleasure to, at this time, introduce also 2 members of our Board of Education. First of all, Mr. David G. Carr, who is a trustee. Mr. Carr. And Mr. Bernard B. Palmatier, trustee of the Board of Education. Mr. Palmatier.